Welcome back to the channel, Barbarians. Thanks for tuning in. Corlick here, and today we're going to be looking at an archetype that I don't personally use that much in the Crucible. However, I recently got my hands on this hand cannon and thought to myself, I think other people want to make sure they get it as well. But before we get started, let me know in the comments, do you guys use hand cannons in the Crucible at all? I know for the longest time I did not. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So this is my roll that I'll be using in today's video. I have the good fortune of getting the Adept version. It has decent perks: full bore, not the best; tactical bag, definitely not the best; outlaw, and kill clip with gut shot straight. And I'm using the origin trait Suro Synergy. I put a range masterwork as well as an adept range mod. Now this hand can actually acquire 100 range. So I am 15 away from that, even the Adept version. Just showing you here, it takes shaders pretty well. I wasn't using one, but wanted to test it out for you here. And I'm running the Secession Sniper from DSC, the Deepstone Crypt. I don't know what that Titan is doing, or my aim. LOL, haven't used hand cannons in forever. So let's go ahead and talk about the different perks you can get on this hand cannon. Alright, so this is taken right off of light.gg. If you have not been to that website as a new player, I'm certain most of the veteran players have, definitely go check it out. It is your one-stop shop for all things weapons related to Destiny. At least that's what I primarily use it for. I'm certain it has other functions. But it has the ability for you to check out a roll that you could potentially get on any specific weapon. So I chose to make my quote-unquote god roll, or what I would want for perks. And I forget the barrel option I chose, I'm not going to lie to you. Accurize round, rangefinder, repulsor brace, which it's either between that or I have the storm. I'd probably go repulsor's brace. So essentially you get an overshield if you kill an enemy that's volatile. So it's not too hard to do with the new Void 3.0, and definitely increases. It's 45 points worth of health for the duration of 8 seconds. So pretty substantial health shield that you're getting just from using that perk alone. And as far as rangefinder, just adding to the range, that is what helped make it spec out to 100. Some other things in this perk pool, let's look at the third column. I would say really the first and second don't have too much variability. I would argue that as far as PvP is concerned, they're pretty stagnant. Now when it comes to PvE, you might want to get a few more rounds in the mag, so on and so forth, as you're slaying out adds. But we'll get into more of that later as far as how it feels in PvE. The third column has one of my favorite traits, Killing Wind. Certainly wouldn't be sad with that perk in there either. Everything else maybe Encore. Really, rangefinder, outlaw, or Killing Wind are the top 3 picks for me. And for the fourth column, we have Eye of the Storm, Frenzy, Encore, actual Encore, Kill Clip, Rampage, Repulsor Brace, Gutshot Straight. I'm really only looking at Eye of the Storm, Kill Clip, Repulsor Brace. You know what? I might even dabble with Frenzy here as well. And then the origin traits, each one of them comes with all of them. The masterwork, I went with a range, but because it already has so much handling, you could spec into, or already has so much range, there could be a case made to spec into stability. And then I'm using an adept range mod as well. So let's go ahead and look at some of the popular rolls that people use on this hand cannon. Alright, again, this lists popular trait combos that players are using on this weapon across the Destiny universe. Rangefinder, Eye of the Storm, very consistent is what I will say about that. That is why players are going for it. Rangefinder Kill Clip, very strong. Rangefinder Encore, again very strong. Killing Wind, Eye of the Storm, I really like that. Killing Wind Kill Clip, very fun perk combination together. Rangefinder plus Rampage, which currently in this sandbox we're not seeing too much Rampage play. So I will say it's not the perk I'm chasing in terms of damage anymore. It's really kill clip, Kill Clip and Frenzy primarily in this current meta, or sandbox I should say. And then I have the role of Outlaw Kill Clip, and then Rangefinder plus Frenzy. Now again, just to reinforce, this list is just the popular trait combo, so it doesn't necessarily mean they are the best. However, I will say with a player base and the specific weapon being skewed more towards PvP, it is likely that there's some kind of correlation. I have no data on this, but between the popular trait combos that are being used, that people have acquired, and the weapon itself. So here in the background, we can finally see some gameplay of the hand cannon. I will just straight up tell you, nothing too crazy here. Not too good with, I thought that was a headshot personally. He went invis, thought I could get some shots off. I did not cut out my deaths because I just said, you know, it doesn't really matter. I think I cut out a few of them just to speed up the gameplay, but here I'm on my Striker Titan running Exalted Truth again with that same sniper rifle. Having a lot of fun with it. My teammate saved me by the skin of my teeth right there. That guy snuck around, pushing with Crimson. I did find I played against a couple Crimson players, which is fairly common, and I was struggling to hit my shots, and it could, you know, it's certainly a me thing, but yeah, I don't know what it was. Crimson was really flinching me off my aim, so I wasn't really happy about that. But let's get back to talking about this in PvP in general. This gets oftentimes compared to Palindrome as the quote-unquote replacement for it. I think Palindrome is very, very strong in its own regard, and for most folks this is a nice replacement for the Palindrome, both of which come with normal and adept versions. Overall stats are quite similar between the two. The perk pools are not identical, so they do differ a little bit. Having said that, I have a Palindrome Adept and this Adept as well, which Palindrome Adept currently unavailable, but it was available in the Grandmaster Nightfalls, which I believe it's coming back in Lightfall as well. Please don't quote me on that. That was a dirty snipe. So I prefer Palindrome, which I know is definitely the hot take in this situation. So not the most common thing. I just absolutely shut down that Titan. Can we talk about that for a second? All right. And then as far as Exalted Truth, this hand cannon in PvE, I ran a couple strikes, Nightfall, and did some raid activities where your energy slot weapon doesn't really matter. You don't need to be crutching on an SMG or scout rifle. And it's fine. You know, it's not an ad-slaying monster, as you wouldn't expect from a hand cannon, but it gets the job done, which I think at the end of the day is important. And there are some valuable PvE perk combinations in the loot pool for this thing. So kind of the TLDR on this, if you made it this far, is it's worth grabbing, and I don't think, again, super hot take, it's worth getting the Adept version. If you play this game to a great extent, or you really enjoy Crucible, sure, it might just happen naturally where you go flawless and you get the Adept version of this weapon. However, for you to allocate so much time towards getting this, I don't see that return on investment being there. I think this weapon is quickly going to get overshadowed when Strand comes out, personally. I could be wrong, you know, but I'm just, that's kind of where I'm at. So it's definitely worth having a copy of it, because in the 140 RPM archetype of hand cannons, it is super strong. Excellent range. And 140s are in a good spot right now in terms of the hand cannon family. However, given the overall meta being more pulse rifles, hand cannons just aren't seeing as much use currently, but I think that's about to change in Lightfall. So that's why I think you should definitely get at least a copy of one. Even if you don't have one now, in this coming week in Trials, so the week of the 18th, yes, February 18th, 19th, 20th, so on and so forth. Freelance is back, so you don't necessarily need a team. You can just go in there, grind your bounties. There's additional Trials rep, and be well on your way to earning this hand cannon, among other rewards as well. Alright, here I'm just floating around Radiant Cliffs. Did a body shot, going back to that Well of Radiance. I think I die here at the end. And then I get a little bit salty about it, if I remember correctly. This guy kills me. Oh, I died to his Wither Horde here. Yep. I shouldn't have shoulder charged in. I knew it. I knew it was a mistake. As far as everything surrounding this hand cannon, definitely worth getting. And I do wonder, do you guys have it already, and what are your thoughts on it? Alright, we secured the win there. Got that out. Oh, sniped him. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.
Strong start. Fight on. Enemy down! You're winning. Stay strong. One minute. You have this. Seconds stand between you and victory. It's all or nothing. You're defeated. Fight again. Persistence is key. You couldn't finish them this time. So what? Plenty of